Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel Vedic Living. Today I want to talk to you about the new moon that's happening on July 17th, and this new moon is very important. You know why? Because it is happening at the same time that the sun is entering Cancer. So this is an important date, and the next month from this date onwards is going to be very impactful in certain areas depending on what your zodiac sign is. So I'm going to talk about all of that and also tell you sign by sign predictions with this new moon. But before that, I do want to remind you that I do sidereal Vedic astrology, which means that I use the sidereal positions of the planets. So when I talk about sun entering Cancer on July 17th, it is the sidereal degrees that I'm talking about. And I also want to tell you that my website, www.vedicliving.com, has a free chart calculator that you can use to see where your lagna or your moon sign is, because you will need that information for the rest of this video where I talk about predictions. So go to my website, go to the free chart calculator, enter your information, and when you do that, you will see, when you look at your chart, you will see ASC, which means ascendant or lagna, and then you will see MO, which is the moon. So if you don't know your time of birth, you would look for the moon, okay? And that's the sign that you will be looking for as the lagna, because we use the Chandra lagna if you don't know the time of birth. So with that being said, let's look at the predictions for this coming time frame with the new moon that's happening on July 17th. Now, this new moon, and remember, I've always explained this to you, a new moon happens when the sun and the moon come together. This new moon is happening at around 0 degrees to 1 degree of the sign Cancer. The nakshatra that is getting affected by this new moon is Punarvasu. So if you go back and see the recent video that I posted in my nakshatra series, you can find out everything about Punarvasu Nakshatra, about its mythology, the rulers. It's very fascinating, this particular nakshatra. So make sure you watch that. Now, Punarvasu Nakshatra is return of the light. So it is considered a very auspicious nakshatra. It is ruled by Jupiter, which is an auspicious, it's the largest benefic in the sky. It's considered as Brihaspati. It's considered as a very auspicious, it's Guru, it's a very auspicious planet in the sky. So Punarvasu is ruled by Jupiter. So this is very important, because when you count from Cancer, where this new moon is happening, Jupiter comes in the 10th house. And this means that everything that you will see in the world in this month, where this new moon is happening in Cancer, everything's going to be concerning public image of people, rulers, the government, the leaders, public image, what people perceive their public image to be. And also, when you look at this particular new moon that is happening with the sun and moon conjunction happening at 0 degrees to 1 degree, so it's around 0.33 0.35 that this is happening in Cancer. The sun just enters Cancer on the same day. So the sun is changing. So first of all, happy birthday to everybody who is having sun in Cancer, because this is the solar return for you guys. So I wish you a very good happy birthday and an amazing year that comes ahead for you. And it's very auspicious that on the day that sun enters Cancer, this new moon is happening in the nakshatra Punarvasu. Very nice. Now, this Punarvasu nakshatra does bring, it's called the comeback kid. So things that have happened in the past which were difficult or which were challenging, this nakshatra new moon indicates that things are going to come to a resolution. Solutions are going to be found. Okay. Now, what does Cancer stand for? This new moon is happening in Cancer. Now, Cancer stands for your home, for security. It stands for meeting up with family and friends and having that sense of comfort where you are, feeling really comforted, self-assured, in your little cocoon of your home. You know, this is about connecting with family members and having that kind of security around you. And a lot of times when the new moon happens in Cancer, this month is about those questions. those questions about your security, your financial security, are you feeling good where you are? Do you need to do more to kind of stabilize yourself? And Cancer is, it is a very emotional, sensitive sign. So it does bring a lot of feelings associated with it. Think of the crab. That is the symbology of Cancer. Hard shell outside, softness inside. So Cancer, sometimes when you have a lot of planets in Cancer, you tend to internalize things where you feel like you have to show a hard, self-assured kind of view to the world around you. But in reality, inside, it's all the soft goo, right? So you do have to remember that it's important to express your feelings, and also make sure that you talk to people around you when you have these feelings of insecurity, because a lot can be discovered during these discussions. You can really unravel your psyche when you talk about these things, because you know what, Cancer is a very psychic and mystical sign too. So your feelings, your intuition, your gut feeling is very strong and correct most of the time. So when you express yourself, it's actually for the benefit of others too, because you are actually telling them something that, it might be a premonition, it might be something that's yet to come. Now, Cancer is about family. So you're concerned about your family, your security with your family, you're concerned about your responsibilities regarding them. A lot of times Cancer has to do with nourishment. So in the world, you will see things surrounding agriculture and any kind of nourishment in terms of the supply chain for agricultural produce being moved. So those kind of things. And because it's a water sign, Cancer being a water sign, there can be storms, right? Because a new moon is happening in Cancer. So there can be storms as well around the world. Now, the main focus of this month, like I said, is going to be the sense of peace and security. So around the world, if there are issues with security or peace happening, people are considering what is the best way to find that balance, to find that rooting, so that we feel good where we are. Where is our home? That thought comes into your mind a lot. Where is my home? Where do I want to be? Should I move? The fourth house is about the moving of your home. So those kind of thoughts will come a lot with this particular new moon. And remember, the new moon is always a time to set a intention for yourself. So this is a beautiful time to do that. Now, because the ruler of Punarvasu Nakshatra, Jupiter, is in the 10th house, there is this dichotomy between home, which is a 4th house, and public image, which is a 10th house. So that becomes a tug of war. So if you're at home or at work all the time, you may feel like, I'm not spending time at home with my family. If you're at home, you feel like, I think I should be doing something at work. So that kind of tug of war can happen until you find that balance between the two, because you know what? It's not about one or the other. It's about having both and striking a nice balance between the two, right? So this is very important to understand with this new moon. Now let's look at the sign by sign predictions. If your ascendant or your moon is in Aries, this particular new moon is happening in the 4th house. And it is also kind of anchored by the fact that Sun is moving into the 4th house for you. So this time frame is all about your home, your move, your sense of security, your family, trying to find that rooting, that balance in your work life kind of situation. And also this is about your mother. You're trying to find ways to connect with your mother at this time. Now, if you're Taurus ascendant, this is happening in your 3rd house, which is the house of siblings and communication. You're expressing yourself. You're finding new ways of expressing your creativity, because Taurus, ruled by Venus, is naturally a very creative sign. So with the new moon happening in the 3rd house, things that are hidden are coming out into the open in terms of your creative self-potential, your talents. This is about your siblings. This is about co-workers and people who are at the same level as you. This is about competition. So you're trying to find various ways to kind of express yourself and to let people know what you're made of. Now, the 3rd house is also the house of learning. So you're learning new things this month. You're coming up with new ideas for new things that you want to learn. If you're a Gemini ascendant, the new moon is happening in the 2nd house. And remember, because it's in the 2nd house, it always anchors the house that's right across it, which is the 8th house too. So this is about finances. This is about money and assets and wealth and your self-worth. Your feeling of self-worth is coming into question here. You're trying to find new ways of expressing yourself so you can really find that kind of balance when it comes to, you know, what you have and what you need. And a lot of times when the new moon happens in the second house, you are focused on your wealth and assets. You're thinking of new ways to make money. You want to really establish yourself. You want to bring your your financial kind of future into a stable goal. So that's the whole thing when you're in a Gemini ascendant. And it's in the second house. This is about food and nourishment. This might be a time when you start thinking about taking on a new diet, or you're thinking about changing something about the way you eat. So this is about health-related things as well. So remember that. Okay, so new kind of revelations will come out in that area. You'll make new changes, which will help you for the rest of your life. Now, if you're a Cancer ascendant or Cancer moon, this new moon is happening in the first house for you, which means it's about yourself, who you are as an individual, who you want to be, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. And a lot of times this brings about new revelations about yourself. You want to change the way you are. You have new things that you want to do. In terms of maybe your appearance, or it can be even deeper, where you're trying to change the way you think about certain things. You're looking for new ways to express yourself. Now, also remember, whenever I talk about one sign, the opposite sign is getting anchored along with it. So this is also about your mirror image, which is your relationship partner. So this is going to help you understand more about your relationship and your relationship partner. Now, if you're a Leo ascendant or Leo moon, then it means that this new moon is happening in your 12th house. And of course, it's going to anchor the 6th house. So this is all about your health, your physical as well as mental well-being. This is about your sleep, your dreams. You may have very vivid dreams, which are almost psychic to some level. So make sure that you keep a dream journal. You're going to look at new ways to change your routine so that you can get better health, or you want to change something about your exercise or your daily routine or your diet. And the 12th house is your unconscious mind. So you're really looking at ways to deepen your psychic and intuition strength. So that's another thing that's going to happen if you're a Leo ascendant. You're also probably thinking about traveling. This can bring some foreign travels or interactions with foreigners or people of foreign origin. Now, if you're a Virgo ascendant, then this is happening, this new moon is happening in your 11th house, which means it's going to be about friends and associations, making new friends, finding new people that you connect with at the same level, finding people who are at the same wavelength as you. So then, you know, you meet these people, you make more connections, you make more, it's more about networking and kind of finding that your team, your group, and working in groups. It's about not working individually, it's about working in groups. So this is going to be a big focus for this month. Now, the 11th house is also the house of gains. So you may see that there's some gains coming your way in terms of money or assets. Now, if you're a Libra ascendant, this particular new moon is happening in your 10th house, which means it's about home and career, because from the 10th house, it's going to aspect the 4th, right? So it's about the work-life balance we talked about. That's affecting both Aries and Libra. So this is about career. Are you where you want to be? Do you want more with your career? Do you want to look for more growth? Have you been able to accomplish what you dreamt about many years ago in your career? So this might sometimes bring a new revelation about your career, that you want to do something new, or you want to explore some new path. And it might bring a better opportunity, or it may even make your current work life much, much better, because you find out something that was hidden that comes out into the open. Remember, the new moon is about dark to light, plus the fact that it's in Punarvasu, which is return of the light. So this is about revelations that bring about growth and expansion in the area of career. If you're a Scorpio ascendant, this new moon is happening in your 9th house, which means it's about learning new things. It's about exploring new things. It's about bringing about growth and expansion in terms of what you're learning, higher education. And also a lot of times with the 9th house getting affected, this could be long distance travel. You might be traveling a lot this year or this month in specific. Now, with the new moon happening in the 9th house, it is also affecting your 5th house of creative potential. So you are very creative this month. If you are a Sagittarius ascendant, this is affecting your 8th house of money that comes to you from other people. It's about money management. It's about saving and investing and learning how to kind of take control of your financial status, and learning how to save, learning how to bring in more money. So your thoughts are really dwelling on those areas. And like I said, it does rule nourishment and food. So it may have something to do with your diet, your daily routine. So you may change some things in that area for the better. And a lot of this is going to have to do with money management, with being a Sagittarius ascendant. If you're a Capricorn ascendant, this is happening in your 7th house, which means this is about relationship partners, business partners, basically any kind of partnership. So you are really figuring out the nuances of working in partnerships, and things are getting exposed that you were not aware of in the past. And it helps you learn and improve in the way you interact with other people one-on-one. So this is an important time frame. You're learning so much about your interactions in one-on-one relationships, be it with your spouse, be it with a business partner, any of these one-on-one relationships. And the new moon is teaching you a lot of things in this area. If you are an Aquarius ascendant, this is happening, the new moon is happening in your 6th house of health, daily routine, diet, and your food that you eat, and everything that has to do with your discipline when it comes to your day-to-day life. So if there has been something lacking lately, if you have been so busy that you've not been able to pay attention to your diet or your food or your sleep patterns, then this new moon is going to bring you an ability or an opportunity to change and grow in this area. So you will be much healthier after this month is over. So make use of this time to really explore those areas and bring about a better change to your health, and find discipline in your day-to-day life. Now, if you are a Pisces ascendant, this new moon is happening in your 5th house of creative potential, which means you're incredibly creative in this time frame. You're thinking about all kinds of new ideas that you want to do. And it's return of the light, Punarvasu. So this means you are really delving deep into various things that you have wanted to do in the past and you've not been able to. So it's bringing you that opportunity back again. And it's about your children, because 5th house rules children. So you're really connected to them in this time frame. And if you don't have children, then it means that you may be involved in causes that have to do with children's, like nonprofits or any kind of charities that have to do with children. But if you do have your own children, it means you're more connected to them in this time frame. You're spending more time with them during this new moon. So that is the sign by sign predictions for this particular new moon that's coming up. Remember, it's for the whole month from July 17th until the next new moon in August. So this is going to be the trend of this month. And remember, it's a very positive new moon. So make use of this energy. Make sure that you set an intention on this day for the upcoming month. You can close your eyes. You can think about what you want to manifest, and what you think is what will be, right? So this is an amazing time to set an intention. I wish you the very best this month, and happy birthday once again to everybody who has Sun in Cancer. Thank you.